Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie and I talk about all things travel. So today we are here to talk about the Horizn Studios SoFo X Rolltop backpack. I've had mine now for about 8 months, and over those 8 months, I have taken this thing on countless adventures. It's been with me to 3 different continents, 10 different countries. I've taken it on hikes, as a personal item, an everyday carry bag. I've even taken it on safari. So this bag has really seen it all. And I've gotta say, considering how much I've put it through, it has held up beautifully. There are different color options. This is like their light quartz gray, which is gorgeous. I'm really obsessed. The only thing I don't love about it is it does show the dirt, which is to be expected on some level, but it does wipe down beautifully because this is a cotton sealed canvas. It's really easy to just take a cloth and, wipe the dirt off. Unfortunately, this bag, because I did take it on safari, and if you've been on safari, you know how dirty some of those vehicles can be. It picked up a lot of dirt over that week and a half in Namibia, and unfortunately, not all of it came out. You can see there's still a couple little dirt shadows on the front, but compared to what it used to be, it looks brand new. I'll put a picture on the screen, you're gonna see big difference. Okay, so now let's talk about the back of the bag. One of my favorite things about this is how subtle the trolley sleeve is. It's designed to look like their logo. It's right here. And it's just very sleek. It's got a little bit of an elastic bit here. So depending on how your luggage is, it's super easy to just pop on. There's no real struggle like there can be with some backpacks. So I'm a big fan of the way they've designed this. Now jumping to the straps, there they are. They are beautifully padded. I once took this on a hike around Cap d'Antibes in the south of France, and if you've been there, you know it's gorgeous. If you haven't, highly recommend it. But basically it ended up being gosh, it must have been a 6 or 7 hour hike. And I kid you not, the entire time I was thrilled with this bag. The straps on this are so padded that not once, even when I had a lot of picnic supplies in here, it was fine. The one issue I do have with the straps is the tightening bit. Annoyingly, they don't stay, if you tighten them, great. But the issue is if the backpack's heavy, which for example, when I was taking it on that picnic, I had a wine bottle and a couple other things in here, and over time it kind of slides and loosens. So I found on that day when I took it hiking, I think at least once, if not twice, I had to stop and kind of, tighten it back up because it just kept sliding down over time. So that's one thing I didn't love about the way the straps are. I wish they would have just stayed in place maybe a little bit better. But I think if you're using this as a general everyday carry and you're not, loading it up with a bunch of heavy stuff like I was, it's gonna stay in place a lot better. So we've got this lovely outer pocket right here. So what I've found is if you kind of pop this over and then unzip it, it's a little bit easier to get into. And from there you can see it goes all the way down to the bottom. So it's not too bad. It is quite deep, which is awesome, as long as you're organized. Oh, this hook here. So I'm sure you can probably see there's multiple places along here, and then also on the bottom here to hook this. So depending on how rolled up or rolled down you have this bag, there are different options on how you can close it. So you can roll it all the way down, and then we'll just tighten that and it'll close here. It's a Rolltop bag. You've seen them, you know. All right, now let's get into the inside of the bag. Essentially, everything is just a black pit. It's like Mary Poppins bag. You can fit a ton, but the question is, can you find it? Everything kind of goes down to the bottom. So my new method with this bag is when I use it, I put everything into larger packing cubes or tech organizers, and that's made a big difference because then at least I'm pulling out bigger bags of stuff that are more organized versus packing stuff in here and then try to dig through everything to find it. There is an interior pocket, which I'll show you on the video. It's quite deep, which is nice. It fits like a passport. You can put your phone in there, whatever. It definitely feels like a safer pocket to put stuff in if you're traveling. All right, so we're at the end of the video. Should you buy this bag? Here's what you need to know. If I were talking to my best friend right now, I would tell her, yes, buy this bag, but use it as an everyday carry. As much as I appreciated traveling with it, I got really frustrated with how hard it was to find stuff in here. And if you're more organized than me, you might love this kind of style of bag. Personally, I just have a hard time with roll tops because I just feel like I can never find anything, and I'm constantly having to like pull everything out to get to what I want to get. That said, like, it does fit a good amount of stuff. So I think if you're taking like a weekend trip or, you know, just using it as an everyday carry, I think it's great. If you're using it as a personal item for long-term travel, personally, I'd probably go for a backpack that has more of like a clamshell opening just to make things easier to find. But overall, I do think it's a great backpack. I think it's well worth the investment. Horizn Studios is a wonderful company. I'm a big fan of them. So highly recommend, if you're into this bag, checking it out. Again, this is the light quartz color. They do have other colors. If you're gonna be using it in dirty places, I would definitely get a darker color. But overall, it's held up beautifully. I'm a huge fan. Thank you so much for watching. If you did decide to purchase from Horizn Studios, I really would appreciate it if you use the link in the description box below. It really helps me out and doesn't cost you anything extra. If you'd like to read more about this bag, you can find a full article on my website, allitravels.com. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.